you need, of course, you need to have your GoPro sitting around doing nothing. Next, you will need a micro HDMI to HDMI cable. Then you will need a HDMI capture card. Finally, you'll need to get a USB to USB cable. I will leave the links in the description to where you can get all these items. Next, there's something that you need to know. It doesn't work on every GoPro model. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set it up with my GoPro Hero 7 Black. It will also work on the GoPro Hero 6 Black and the 5 Black. It will not work on the GoPro models without the word black because it does not have the HDMI output. It will also not work on the GoPro Hero 8 because it also does not have the HDMI output. You will need to get an extra module called the Media Mod. So that being said, let's begin. First of all, there are a few settings that you need to do on a GoPro before we can set it up. The first thing is to switch to video mode. Next, go into the settings. Turn on Pro Tune. Next, you want to ensure that the stabilization is off. Otherwise, it will cause some lagginess. And I like to set my EV-COM to a higher value. Otherwise, my image will be rather dark. So set to a higher value for brighter image. As for the rest of the settings, it's personal preference. Like over here, color, I prefer to choose flat. So set to a higher value for option is a little bit too saturated for me. Okay, so it's personal preference. Once we have done the video settings, we will now go into the next one. Okay, we swipe down and go into preferences. Okay, and scroll down to input output. Click on input output and we want to set our HDMI output to live. Once that is done, we go back into our camera mode. Okay. Next, because I'm going to use my GoPro as a webcam, I would like to put it on a stand. And this is my favorite stand attached to the housing that came with my GoPro. So let me put the GoPro into the housing that is provided by the GoPro when you bought it. I'll leave a link down below where you can get this stand. Okay, I can bend the legs and place it anywhere on any surface. Okay, I can even plug it up here. See that? On top of my screen. So now it's a webcam. Now it's usually not facing this way. The camera will be facing me. Okay, you can bend the legs to fit. To plug in an external power supply. In order to do that, remove the cover of the port connectors. So let me put it back into the housing to the AC power supply with a USB power adapter. So now our GoPro is ready. We'll do the next setup. Next, you will need your micro HDMI to HDMI cable. Plug the micro HDMI connector into the HDMI port just next to the USB-C port. Now this is a HDMI capture device, or I prefer to call it HDMI to USB converter. What I'm holding right now is an unbranded device, but what I would recommend is you get a more reputable brand. I'll put the brand in the description.